Now, for more insight into these two major deals, we're joined in the studio by Mr. Li Yong, a senior fellow with the China Association of International Trade. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Li. So, some are actually saying that these two latest deals have established a new model of free trade agreements. So, why they're new?
As a matter of fact, I think the FTA with Australia is the one that has something new about it because in the negotiation and in the agreement we used what is so-called the negative list approach to nail down the details of the service trade. And I think that one has a demonstration effect in addition to other new approaches. For example, the investment facilitation measures, and the two countries really adopted a quite flexible approach in terms of enabling the flow of personnel, in investment projects. And I think the demonstration effect should be that in the future, China will will continue on the track of a negative list in terms of specifying, for example, service trade. And in another area is that, in negotiation of free trade, we should give full consideration of the concerns of each other and exercise maximum flexibility to make sure that the FTAs are going to benefit parties involved.
Well, Mr. Li, it looks like the Chinese government is pushing for FTAs with countries and regions all over the world. So what's the strategic thinking behind this?
Basically, if you look at the world, the trade liberalization is going to be the trend, but at the same time, you also see, the increasing protectionism in some of the countries, and some countries may also, some countries will also adopt, different kind of standards. But China has been a strong promoter of trade liberalization, and this is, I think, is consistent with China's policy. And China is now accelerating its effort in terms of its FTA arrangements with neighboring countries, with the countries along the Belt and Road, and also with the vision of achieving what is so-called the FTA network in the world. I think China is trying to, also particularly in the context of other emerging FTA arrangements such as TPP, TTIP, and the first one has been completed. The next one is still in negotiation, and in both of them, China has been excluded, and China does not really, will not go against those. But when China is not included, we need to push for the same kind of a trade liberalization. In the same kind of direction, to make sure that China's future development is not going to be hampered. I think that is one of the key reasons. There are other key considerations, and the other is through the establishment of FTAs. I think this is also the process to really help push forward the reform agendas that China is trying to achieve in the years to come.
Thank you very much, Mr. Li Yong from the China Association of International Trade.